Okay, Nilbert, the floor is yours.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. So nice to see everyone. As usual, this wonderful community. We will always start off with some wins and some exciting news. Who has something exciting to share? I'm sure there's been a lot of events. There's been the road trip is going on. I know people are having different types of events and hosting events and all that. Who has something to share?
I'll share.
Yeah, go ahead,
So
Janine.
it's been very busy. I just did a spa day on Saturday, and that went very well. And this week, my BA and I are doing. She set up these Tuesday lunch and learns, so we've got that going on. And then we're doing a local training on Saturday for BAs in the Ocala area. So that's going on. And I made three awesome connections yesterday. So I'm excited.
That is awesome, Janine. That is awesome. It is really those little things that we do, and if you do them consistently, like three connections is awesome. Yeah, yeah, no, that's amazing. All right. Who else? Marcella. Yes.
Hey, good morning, everybody. We are going to have an event on November 3rd, and Frida and Gary and our team are going to be there for this event. So we're very excited.
Nice. Wow, so many things going on over there in Ocala. Frida, Frida, the way Frida and Gary leads, I tell you, that's such a power couple right there. All right, anybody else? Anybody else before we dive into today's topic? Okay. All right. So today, since we have about what 6 days before our double PSV promotion ends, right? Everybody knows that ends on Sunday. And we have about roughly just a little bit over a month, like a month and a few days to really get that qualification for the trip, for the Turks and Caicos Bahamas trip. What I'm going to talk to you today, what I'm going to share with you today is just going all in and taking advantage of our promotions, okay? Because again, this timing that we have right here, it doesn't come around too often, okay? So activating the promo, like maximizing momentum and multiplying your wins. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you guys realize this, but it's definitely go time. It has been go time since the promotion started, but with 6 days left for the double PSV and just about a month left for uh, the the trip promotion. Oh, and by the way, yes, I know we have until like end of November to do the cruise, but this is what corporate says. This is what Daniel said. They have like 300 rooms, right? When those 300 rooms gets booked, that's it. Basically, it's first come, first serve. So if for some reason, I think middle of November, the rooms get all booked up and everything, I think that's about it. So we are, in a race against time here, folks. Okay. So it's definitely always good to see everyone this morning. I'm always grateful that you're all here. Already tells me that you're serious, you're hungry, you want more out of this business and this season, right? We didn't just say yes to three. We said yes to our future, and this morning's training is going to give you the fuel and clarity to make the most of this powerful promo window we're in right now. Remember, if you stay ready, you never have to get ready, right? Does that make sense? If you're always ready, you never have to get ready. So let's set the stage, right? Why does this window matter, right? We don't always get moments like this, right? Where corporate aligns multiple incentives that reward urgency and action. Right now, we've got the core three promo, right? Cash bonuses for you and your team. That's good until I think towards the end of December. So we have that. But the double PSV on our the select packs and that promo that ends on Sunday, right? But this helps you qualify faster for the Bahamas trip, right? And then third, momentum across markets. Like people are paying attention. So we're definitely driving momentum. And you know what's definitely really helping with that is the road trip that Daniel and our leaders are doing. Right? This week they're in the Midwest. They start the Midwest tour, right? Or did they start the Midwest tour already? Right? I can't remember the dates. I don't have the dates in front of me, but so this isn't just about hitting a bonus. It's not just about qualifying. You know what this does? All this promotion, all this timing, it helps us build depth. It helps us build the culture of enrolling people, and it helps us build belief, right? So what we build during a promo window has a ripple effect that, for 60 days and then for 90 days and then for 180 days, before you know it, it has become a culture that this is how we do business, right? Even after the promotion ends. So I want you to ask yourself, right? Who are you going to become by showing up at 100% over the next 6 days and the next month? Who do you think who will you recognize yourself? Will you recognize your business if you show up 100% over the next 6 days and the next month? Just really going all in and going for those promos and really, really getting people enrolled and all that. So this business isn't about what we say. It's about what we believe, right? People don't follow hype. They follow certainty. They follow movement. Well, as the legendary Christine always says, nobody follows a parked car, right? Nobody follows a parked car. So you've got to lead from belief. You have to believe in this opportunity, number one. You have to believe in your ability to uh, help others. It's number two. Number three, most importantly, you have to believe in yourself. You can't enroll others into a vision you haven't sold yourself on. All right, I'm going to say that again. You can't enroll others into a vision you haven't sold yourself on. If you're struggling with belief, borrow it from your team. Borrow it from your leaders. Borrow it from your community. That's why we have this community right here, right? Plug into the calls, watch the stories, do personal development. That's how you feed your belief. Okay. Now, let's get tactical. I love that word tactical because that's one of the industries I came in. I came from, being a firearms instructor and into security and all that. Let's talk action. So belief without a plan is just wishful thinking. So here's how, hopefully these tips right here will give you ideas or will give you some pointers like on how, to execute and how to put this into action. How you can structure your daily momentum this week using the promo, the like a promo tracker, so to speak, right? Daily targets, right? Daily targets. 3 new invites, right? Focus on business first, product second. Why do we do that? Why do we focus on business first and product second? A lot of you already know this, right? Our products are the best there is. But if you focus on products first, as part of our human nature, what do we say? Oh, I want to try it first and see how it works for me. How long do you think that will take? Do you think they're gonna, everyone's different. Yes, I know, people have experienced amazing results with our products within 2 days, within 45 minutes, within like 3 days, but everyone's different. Some of them take a week, some of them take a month, right? So, and what happens on Sunday? Our double PSV ends, right? So you focus on business first. You look for those people who are open-minded, who are business-minded, who want to move, who are hungry, right? Who's hungry, right? Okay, so 3 new invites. That's part of your daily target. 2 follow-ups, right? A minimum of 2 follow-ups. Share the promo publicly. Use your social media, use your stories, use your reels, right? Start DMing people. Encourage at least one teammate, right? Help build your team, right? And then maybe at least 15 minutes of belief building podcast, whatever you use for self or personal development, whether it's reading a book, listening to a podcast, watching a video, whether it's YouTube, whether you journal. Everyone's different. Everyone has their own way of really building belief or follow. I love listening to podcasts and listening to motivational speakers. I love following pages that just come up with really powerful quotes that I love sharing on my feed. How about weekly targets, right? Enroll your core three. A lot of people here are doing amazing job with their core three. I know Antoinette, she just mentioned yesterday, I believe she just hit her core three again. Well, that's Antoinette, so what can you expect, right? Um, but I want to share with you that over the weekend, I flew to Modesto and to Turlock to help launch two of my business partners over there, part of my team, right? And both of them from that weekend. Both of them are so close to their core three already. That's how we activate our team. Once you launch them, you help them get their core three right away, right? And then the people that they're enrolling, I tell them, hey, if you want an extra $300 each for all those people that you already enrolled, help them do exactly what you just did and get their core three, right? Help a teammate do the same, right? And then, of course, we still have our PSV packs, right? The double PSV is amazing. That really goes towards helping you qualify for the trip, right? And it's not just limited to the packs. So if you don't know the full details of the double PSV yet, get with your leaders, get with your team, right? For any new enrollments with the packs, that's double PSV as well, right? Do events, do home meetings, right? That doing the home meetings where you invite people to your home, keep it simple. You don't have to be all fancy. You don't need a script. That a lot of heck, when I did a home meeting like last week, and I'm going to try to do a couple home meetings again this week. I just invite people, to my house. We just talk about the business, right? I serve some water, coffee, or tea, and maybe a veggie tray or a food tray. Nothing fancy, right? Because we want everything to be duplicatable, right? If you have this, sometimes, for events, yes, you have to have a good setup. You have to make sure your sound system, your audio, everything, your visual are good. But for home meetings, keep it simple, because what you want whoever you invite to your home, and if they get interested and they join you in doing the business, you want them to think that they're able to actually do exactly what you did, right? And if you kind of put up a very elaborate, very fancy, get all this, your huge TV with a laptop all set up and everything, sometimes they're like, oh wait, I don't even have a laptop. I can't afford that, or something like that. So keep it simple, okay? Recognize your team's wins publicly, right? Encourage them. You don't need 100 strategies. You need one plan that you commit to daily. Okay, you don't need 100 different strategies. You only need one plan, but whatever that plan is, you commit to it daily. So building urgency the right way, right? This is a very short window, but urgency is not the same as panic. I'm not saying you need to like, oh my gosh, the sky is falling, right? I'm not saying panic, right? Urgency is clarity with a deadline, right? Clarity with a deadline. You know exactly what you need to do. You know the deadline. You know your time frame. That's urgency. Okay, so here's how to lead with urgency, right? DM with energy, right? Or when you do your voice text, your regular text or whatever, right? hey, you're the first person I thought of for this incentive. Can I tell you why? Right? Using voice memos instead of texts is so effective because they hear your passion, right? When you follow up, ask what questions came up after you saw that. We're still doing those 20-minute, 15-minute videos that we share, right? From that we started like a couple weeks ago. Use three-way chats with your leaders for leverage, right? Because when you use the three-way chat, you use your leaders to give you credibility. It is so powerful, right? Don't delay momentum. It's easier to follow up with energy today than to restart from zero tomorrow. Does that make sense? Don't delay momentum, right? It's easier to follow up with energy today, than to restart from zero tomorrow. So cast the vision forward. This promo is not the finish line. It's a launch pad. If you run now, guess what? All right. If you run now, you're going to you'll hit ranks faster. You'll qualify for the Bahamas with ease, or it'll be easier to qualify, for the Bahamas. And you will build a story others want to follow, right? But more than that, guess what? More than that, you'll build belief in yourself. Every seed you plant this week will feed your business in the months to come. So the future leader in you is forged right now. Like, really, really, digging in and, going all in and going for these promotions, right? And really building a culture in your team of, the right way to do business, right? So the future leader in you is forged right now, not in comfort, but in the grind, the consistency, and the continuous showing up with vision. So this is your moment. Decide who you want to be on the other side of this week. Let's go get our core three, right? Let's help your team win. Let's run toward the Bahamas, right? But more than anything, let's lead with belief, urgency, and example. All right. So I want to share this last quote with you. I was thinking about this and I thought it sounded pretty cool, but we'll see. Okay. I just want to share it with you. Okay. Leadership starts with ownership, right? The best time to build your dream was yesterday. It's true. The best time to build your dream was yesterday, but guess what? The second best time is today, right? The second best time is today. So let's lead, let's serve, and let's win together. So that's what I have for you folks today. Pretty short training. It's just really, everyone here already knows about this. Everyone here already, we're a lot of us are already doing it, but sometimes we just need a reminder, right? The promos that we have, the way the company, that's why I love this company. They give us all the resources to be successful. They give us all the resources to develop ourselves and our team, to build a culture, right? To build the right culture. So many things that differentiate us from every other network marketing company out there. And this is just one of them. We have the right culture here, right? And
excellent.
A lot of other companies. So let me open the floor to everyone, and for added wisdom and added nuggets that anyone wants to share.
I loved your training. You always do such an inspirational training, Nilbert, and you're such a great leader. I know you're doing so great. You've got three different areas you're building, and your enthusiasm. You're driving, and I think you should talk about that just a little bit of how you started building these three other areas because of the belief that you have and taking action at the same time.
Oh, thank you, Christine. I always watch out for, the first time it happened, Jasmine was just telling me, her mom lives in Delano, California. My first question was, where is that? I've never heard of Delano. And then she kind of told me where it is. And then she said, well, if you live in Delano, you're either Filipino or Hispanic. That like that light bulb went up. Hey, Jasmine, we need to do an event in Delano, right? Because we always build local to go global, right? Right now, the Philippine market is still a little challenging, right? We're not in like in Mexico yet, but guess what? You build your community here of Filipinos and Hispanics and all that, and when by the time the company's ready to really explode in those areas, you already have such a strong base, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
George,
and
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
go ahead, Christine.
No, continue on, continue on.
No, and then just for this weekend, the way I mentioned, so one of Jasmine's, I don't know if they're on, but anyway, one of Jasmine's brand ambassadors, Dr. Diana, right? So she's from Turlock, California. Again, I asked that question. Where's Turlock? I wasn't sure where Turlock was. And then it happened to be in like Central Valley, very close to Modesto, right? And Dr. Diana, so like a week ago, a little bit over a week ago, Dr. Diana, we helped enroll another doctor in her business who's in Modesto. So Dr. Karen Reyes, she's Filipina, she's a doctor, she has a family practice. And so I said, you know what? And then they decided to do their launches, in the same weekend. I said, "Hey, you know what? I'm flying over there. I'm gonna help you guys with your launch," and kind of taught them the basically just taught them how to do this and all that, how to talk to people. So now, Dr. Reyes, Dr. Diana, they're building in those areas. So you find your leaders that are on the ground that's going to be your anchor and really be I told Dr. Reyes and Dr. Diana they will own Turlock and Modesto. They will own Turlock and Modesto. So yeah, so it's very exciting.
Yes. And I remember a year ago, Nilbert, you were like, oh, I just okay. You always had great belief, but then sometimes we self-doubt our own self. That's just normal. Everybody does that. Is this for me? I don't see the leaders yet, but you just kept going. But see, here's the deal. You started asking questions. Where is that? And then you just didn't sit back. Let's set something up. I'll go there. A great leader is willing to be inconvenienced to help the greater whole. And so you then flew there and started with Jasmine, this great group, and then Dr. Diana, I think it is, and Modesta. You said, "Oh, you're sitting there. I'll be there." You drove or you flew or whatever. You show up where people and you anchor those leaders and give them the support in that area for them to develop. And that's where you start to develop your 5 areas. And you've got your San Diego, your desert, you've got your the other word I know Modesta, but the Tulane or wherever it is out there.
In Turlock.
Yeah, Turlock, whatever it is. This is so exciting, but so important. Build locally to build globally. And you never know. Your business can change in a heartbeat in 30 days. Just getting 2 anchors, and suddenly you're like, "Whoa, I love this business." But other times we're either in a high or we're in a low. And we're going to go through that. That's just part of it. It's like the stock market. You see the stock market goes up and then it dips and you go, oh, and then suddenly then it goes up and then it goes, oh, boom. And then it goes, whoa. It goes like this. Every time you get a leader, it just excels up and your business expands. That's just part of our business. So don't think it's just all going to go like, no, it's going to be up. But if you watch the stock market over the years, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So don't ever self-doubt. That's just part of doing business. You look at any business in the world. But we're so blessed to have you on this team, and you're a great leader, and just so wonderful. And never give up. I was thinking about, I was in Taiwan last week and with a leader I had enrolled before, but really wasn't ready to get going. And then suddenly I made the trip in July. And, I flew in and I said, "I'm flying in." I says, "I'm not doing anything. I want you to listen to this. I'm not, no, I'm not. I know I'm there, but I don't, no, I'm good where I am." I said, well, I just want to come have coffee with you. I'm going to be there for a week. I just want to have coffee with you and Yvonne. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to have coffee. And he said, oh, is Kim going to be there? I said, yes. And so I brought Kim and we had coffee and and they could speak the Chinese because my people don't, they speak a little English and a Chinese and I speak a little Chinese, like this much, and I go, the symbols, that means I love you, in Asia. Anyway, now we got excited. All right, now, but still, then they do a few people. Then I arrived over there last week, and then we started working. Now they're ready to go. You're building relationships. Yeah, a warrior must be patient. Always remember that. So we ended up enrolling 16 people. And then this morning, we just finished up just a couple of minutes ago, 3-star. So, and now we're going to go and build more 3-stars, and we have more leaders coming in. But the interesting thing about Taiwan and Asia, people buy things in packs, large packs. They all start with business builders. That's where they start. It's not all with intro packs. They are business minded. And so it's easier to get to 3-star. It's easier to earn the trips. It's when you get that. And I was telling my group earlier this morning, imagine, let's just say, just in the last couple of days, 8 of them did the business builder packs. So 8 times, let's see, $450, I think, is the PIB. No, wait a minute, just a minute. 8 times 450 is $3,600. If isn't that right? The 450, is it 450? I gotta think.
I believe it's 250, I
Two
think.
250. Is it 254? 254. Thank you. I said it earlier. Now I've been up so early. I don't even have my makeup on yet. I've been working in Taiwan this morning, early in the morning. So you're right. Thank you so much. 254 times 8 equals. No, I thought I had that. Is it 254? Is that right for that? I know it's 50, 125, 245, and 350. All right. All right. So we've got let's say 8 times 245 equals
It's about 2,000.
1960 or so. All right. Isn't it better? So just they enroll people, that's like in a cycle or $2,000. That's where your immediate income comes from. You know what? You want to enroll larger packs. Don't, we talked about that earlier in my other call. Think bigger, because it's for their own personal use. This is not to stock your garage full of product. And it also helps you, and you now become the leader, the example that this is what everybody does. And that's what they all do. And we've got more coming in. So, but versus if you all did 8 times $50 in intro packs, it's $400. So do you want $2,000 or $400? You see, and when people say, well, I don't have the money, they do have the money. They'll find a way if they really want it. They will either use 2 credit cards, or they will go to someplace and get a little business loan, a little advance from their bank, because they're business minded. I love the business pack. I think it's very nice. It's $1,360. Of course, a pro is always even better, but let's be realistic. I think $1,360 is really a solid thing. But I want you to think, and I don't want you to think about just enrolling people, a lot of people with $30. Nobody makes money with that. I mean, I do it together. That's what my people did in Taiwan. This week, it's just that they enroll. It's $30 to get their platform, their business set up, and then they order their pack at the same time. It's one step, and then you do it. George, did you have something to say?
Yeah, I have a comment. The average income in Taiwan is 53% lower than the US.
Yes.
53% lower, and they are coming with a business pack because they're hungry. Something that you say to me, Christine, about over 50% of people that have graduated from college, they cannot find a job. Here in the US, it's not as high, but it's very high too. Last year, actually, it had the biggest percent of people that came back home because they cannot find a job in the US. It's not as high, 50% yet, but I would not be surprised that it's going to go that way. Something else that something that Nilbert said, home meetings. Friday, I'm going to do a presentation about how to do home meeting, even if your leader is not in town, how to do it. Because we have the technology to do it, but you have to make sure that you are doing, even if it's one person home, the presentation. Also, not only the person-to-person presentation, but also everywhere, because like Nilbert said at the beginning, it's so darn important that we are connecting with people. So I apologize because I'm in my car still, and now, although I was driving, now I am like 50 miles farther away from where I was before. But anyway, thank you, Christine. I didn't want to interrupt, but I wanted to make sure that people understood. People don't make more money there. People can say, "Oh, well, probably they make more money than us." No, they don't. Don't complain. If we complain too much here, I hate to say, but sometimes I agree with some people that say, "You know what? The U.S. is becoming a nation of complainers. That's why we are dividing so much." We don't want to be complaining. We want to be part of the solution, not the complainers. The day that you say complain, you say, is that good for me, for my health, for my family, for my society? It's not. Let's good. We have the solution here to be a better in the family as a person, etc. But anyway, I just wanted to say that. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, but that's all good. And it goes along with Nilbert's home parties and starting there and showing up as the leader. He has great energy and great enthusiasm and belief. And that is kind of going back to the Taiwan thing. I had belief, but I never gave up on people I felt that would be important leaders. You see, I just kept, and George had heard me. I said, I have got this person I'm still trying to work on that, and then I finally got that person. And now, like this morning, 3-star. So, and has many more people coming in, and they're looking for leaders. See, when you get one good leader, they are looking for other leaders that they attract, that explode your area. But what George was saying, they don't have more money. They do not have more money, like 50% less, but they find the money. They understand business. And that's who you want, business builders, because that now becomes the norm that everybody does that. I think we had 2 people, maybe one did an intro and a premium, but everybody else did business builders. And we have more coming in. So it's very exciting. But George mentioned that I had mentioned yesterday, the unemployment rate for China, listen to this carefully for all of you, China, Asia as a whole, young people, the unemployment is 50%. 50%. Now, that is eventually going, and why? Because, well, they have economic problems, real estate. I won't go into all of that. But we have AI coming, and AI has already approached China, and it's big already. That is coming to the U.S. So this people coming out of college or coming out, they're going to be in the same. So that market, the young people, it's going to be a huge market for you. And you always want to build young people, not all old people like me. Yes, we have old people like me, but we want young. We die off. We need the next generation to continue the company. Let's be clear on that. I don't recruit all 80-year-olds, okay? I do, but I once in a while, they have energy like me, but most of them just want to be retired and be home and sit with their grandchildren. Well, not me. So you want to find people like me, that have that same energy. But generally speaking, you really want to get into your late 20s, 30s, 40s, the sweet pot of people that have either started working and they're disillusioned or now they're being laid off. I know what George was talking about yesterday to me, that he has a friend that was talking about AI, that his friend was saying, tell his friends, AI is going to take over your job. Oh no, we're okay. There are a lot of people still in denial. Major still in denial. And as George said, and he can remark on this, now suddenly they got laid off. You see, some people don't believe that yet, but it's coming lightning speed. I am excited. I mean, I feel sorry, but this is opportunity for us. This is opportunity where we capture those people who are looking. Do not prejudge, because anyone that's 49 to 50 in that group, 1 out of 5 will never find another job. That is statistic. So let's go for the late 20s, 30s, and the young ones. They're hungry. They're hungry.
Yes, and sorry to interrupt very quick, Nilbert. And we cannot approach with a product a person that's in the 20s and the 30s. They're going to say, I'm healthy, I don't need anti-aging. But when you talk about money, oh, okay, let's make money. And the tools that we have, they love to hear about the app and about the AI now side that we have. They love to hear that. The Wilkerson were in that meeting where we have some young people in St. George, and I went really quick into the business and the now side and app. I didn't go in detail what it did, and they were super excited. That's why they're young. As a matter of fact, one of the girls in St. George is one of the top, had been one of the top sponsors in the company. But anyway, that's. Keep that in mind. Nilbert, go ahead. Sorry, I know you have your hands high. Hi.
No, don't worry about it, Jordan. No, that's amazing, because everything that Christine said, it kind of, it really, it's the reality, right? We have in order for our company to continue, this movement, we're looking at, the next group of people that will actually carry it and all that. That's us right here, obviously, but then that we're looking for like-minded people. And I just, since I'm new to this industry, just 2 years in, I'm still, I consider myself a student. I'm still learning. One thing I wanted to share before I forget, and before we finish this up, is that when you spend time going to events or helping your team do their launches, guess what? You really build your team's. It becomes really. I mean, we're really all a family here already, but you really develop your relationship with your team. I get to spend a lot of time with Jasmine over there, with Dr. Diana, and all that, and that's how you build your leaders. And then, like what Christine mentioned, she already knew about that leader, and she never gave up on that leader. She just, of course, she pulled in the big guns. Here's Kim, and she had to pull in the big guns. But we have people in our team that are like that. Maybe they're not ready right now. Maybe they're not motivated yet, or maybe they just don't have the belief in themselves. Guess what? They're just waiting for you to believe in them first, so that they can start believing themselves, right? That's all there is to it, right? I know a lot of people did that for me when I was, especially those times when, I was really struggling. So yeah, I'm so blessed with my team, starting with Lovey, and, because of Lovey, I met Jasmine. Because of Jasmine, I met Dr. Diana. I met so many beautiful people in our team, like Carmen. She's on right now. She's like this close to 3-star, right? I mean, we're all working towards the same goal. So guess what? We like-minded people attract the right people, right? So anyway, just wanted to just share that. So thank you, George.
Thank you. I just got out of the car. But thank you, and thank you, Christine. Amazing also what you say, and Nilbert and everybody. Thank you for participating. We are part of that movement, a big movement. I know we are only 56 people now. We were 61 at the beginning. And that movement is a movement of wellness. It's a lifestyle change. It's actually beyond the business. It's a lifestyle, because lifestyle means have the time and the freedom. There's a video that I'm posting today on Instagram that I'm jogging, and I said at the beginning, time, freedom, and health are non-negotiable. They are non-negotiable, unless somebody loves to have a bad health or you don't have time freedom. But it is non-negotiable, and that has to be in your brain all the time. Time and freedom are non-negotiable. I'm going to do whatever it takes. Sometimes you are going to make some sacrifices. Home meetings For some people are sacrifice. Oh, I have to clean the house, etc. We have to make some sacrifices. And by the way, those sacrifices, you realize that they're fun eventually. Say, well, it's actually have fun. People are around me, and keep that in mind. It's not like we are going in horses or walking the plains to go west to look for gold. Today, we are much more comfortable about that. Home presentation, we have Zoom, we have the tools. It's much easier than what the pioneers had to deal with. Think about the pioneers before the 1900s. How they were moving to city. They were looking for opportunities. Say, go west, young man. There's a famous saying. But they were not going in an airplane or in cars. No. They were pushing cars sometimes. Carts. We have to remember that. And that's the ancestors of everybody here. People that really succeed doing things that today we don't have to do. It's much easier. That's why we have a solution. Let's talk about people. We live in best time. Well, the Tale of Two Cities, probably you remember that book. It says, we live in the best of time, we live in the worst of time. Now, which one are you going to focus on? Think about that. But anyway, thank you again, everybody. Super excited to be with all of you in this. I'm going to the office right now. If you have somebody in Utah, I'm going to be there most of the day. I'm going to be doing trainings through the day. For people that live here, I have a meeting with corporate first, and then I have meetings through the day, and I'm going to be working also there. Call me, make sure, because we want you to be successful. We want, as a team, to be successful. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, George.
Thank you, George.
Have an amazing.
Thank you, George.
Thank you. Have an amazing day, everybody.
Thank you, George. Thank you, everyone.
And thank you, Nilbert. Great presentation, like always.
Awesome, Nilbert.
Thank you.
Great job, Nilbert.
Yep.
Excellent job, Nilbert.
All right.
Christine, it was great to have you back.
Thank you.
Yeah, excited.